Thank you for joining me today for Connect University CMS 3.0, Adding Content. HandsOn Connect Cloud Solutions is excited to be able to provide any and all the digital solutions you need, whether it's our flagship volunteer management product, HandsOn Connect, additional insights and training with other Connect University sessions, learning about additional tools through our Connect Exchange series, Salesforce implementation and configuration, custom-built applications, or our stellar support, including virtual administration. We have you covered. We are here to help you leverage technology to better accomplish your organization's missions. As we like to remind our guests, in today's training, it is being recorded. Our team really does become part of your team. Our leadership team has experience in both technology and nonprofits. Some are Salesforce certified. We're volunteers, board members, a Silicon Valley transplant, and former directors of nonprofits. We are committed to helping our clients reach their goals by building lasting relationships. We have a great team at HandsOn Connect Cloud Solutions, and we want to help you succeed in your goals. Our team consists of Art, Domingo, Alfredo, Larry, Esteban, Melissa, Libby, Luis, who is not yet pictured, and myself. My name is, oops, Daisy. My name is Jenny Seacrest, and I'm excited to get started on sharing some information with you on how easy the new CMS, the content management system, is with HandsOn Connect. It allows you to add and update your content very easily. This CMS truly does make it easy for you to provide dynamic content for your volunteers and community partners. Since this is supposed to be a 20-minute presentation, hopefully I'll be able to give you some guidance in reviewing and updating content in the CMS. And joining me in this presentation is Melissa Hill-Dees, Vice President in Marketing and Sales. And she has exciting information to share with you too. So we'll hear from her in a bit. So last week, we reviewed parts of the superhero tool belt. So this week, let's take it just a little bit deeper. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come over to our site, and you can see that I'm logged into our CMS. And I just, again, just to kind of remind you, there's that superhero tool belt right along here. Now, for this presentation, I thought it might be nice to show you how to add a new tab and a page to go along with it. And who knows, we might go a little bit further. So to do so, we want to first add our menu item. So I can do that by coming over here on the superhero tool belt and choose main menu and go to menu item settings. Or I can go directly over here to those three little dots with the three lines and choose this and get to the same spot. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. So what I want to do is I want to create a new menu item, and I'm going to call this one Disaster. Now, with the hurricanes and tornadoes, the flooding and fires, and all the different things that can happen, I think it's best to probably go ahead and for you all to think about creating that page in advance. So let's get started. I'm going to say Disaster. And that's the name. And actually, we could make it longer. We could give it. We can make it disaster response. Whatever really works for your organization and your mission within that. Now, if I had an existing page, if I created my page first, then I could go and find a page, right, from pages that are there. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and take a moment, and I'm going to create a page. And I can edit it and add more to it later. But I'm going to go ahead and just show you right here this step again. So on my page, I'm going to give it that friendly URL, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say disaster, and I think maybe here I'll put response. Okay, so my page is going to be titled Disaster Response. This is the area right here that we're going to be working in, and when somebody clicks on that tab and it brings us to this page, what would we want it to say? what sort of information do our volunteers and our local organizations and maybe even the local media and staff need from us? So I think I will just go ahead and start typing in here and show you how I can play and add things. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of give it a title and say volunteering in disaster. How about volunteering in times of disaster, right? And so I can see that and go, maybe that's just not going to be really big. And maybe I want it centered, right? And I really want to give it a little bit more presence. So I think I'm going to change this and make sure it's in the font that I like. And I'm going to make it bigger because I really want people just this to see and stand out. So I'm going to do that. And maybe I want to change this and give it just a little bit different color, right? That volunteering in times of disaster. So you can see I can really adjust. You're going to want to kind of take into consideration the colors of your page and such, and is it going to work as well? Because we want to make sure that people are going to be able to read this as well. And you might also think about what it might look like when somebody's reading it from a mobile device, because in times of disaster, that may be one of the ways in which they're going to access your site. So here I have just something, just a title, and so I want to give it more depth because I probably want to talk about different items. And what I want to say, first of all, I may want to start with a thank you message, right? Thank you for your interest. And of course, I feel like people are watching. My spelling may not be the best. Thank you for your interest in volunteering during this time of recovery, right, from, and you could hear this for you could always kind of update. So you could put in one. So maybe there was the fires, right? We've recently heard of from the recent fires, right? You could either keep this generic enough that you wouldn't need to change much, or you could really kind of tailor it each time, because I'm going to show you some really nice things about this. You could keep the disaster tab up year-round, or you could just kind of enable it whenever you want, whenever you need to use it. So I'd probably want to give some information about thank you for volunteering and your interest, and hopefully you will have created a volunteer opportunity, which is kind of maybe gathering those volunteers that do want to volunteer. So you could put your information and then also maybe say, click here to sign up for our, our volunteer opportunity, right? And go ahead and give them information about what you're talking about. Now, when I say click here, you're going to want to hyperlink that, right? And so it's really pretty easy to do so. Depending on where you've created your, depending on which opportunity, make sure that it's out there and it's active. Grab that link and put it here right now for the demo purposes. I'm just going to put in a link, okay? And now you can see we have a click here. You may also want to have information about media coverage. Maybe you want to have information for partner organizations. Maybe you have one that says need volunteers, right? And so you could, again, play around with this and really make it your own. I could do it very similar and pop it back in the middle and change, that font, and really just, work with it on how you want to see things, okay? So really build out your content. You may also want to have some information about donating, right? Donating, donations. Maybe you all are taking certain types of donations and such. So be sure to include those when you build out your page. Besides doing that, so now I have some information, right, on a page. But maybe you want to put in a picture, You can certainly include a picture. You could upload one. I'm just, for the sake of this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to include a picture because I do want to show you that you can do this pretty quickly. Okay. So this, you can see the picture is quite large, and I don't really need it to be that large. So I'm going to change it, and you can see I could, put in a picture very quickly. You could, as a reminder, you could put in that metadata. So feel free to utilize that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save my page. Okay. And you can see that it was saved successfully. Now we're back on that menu item. And so this is where we're saying the tab is called disaster. And we have our page that has been created. Now, where do we want it? And I do want it at the root level. I want it to go along that same top line with my where my volunteers and nonprofits information is. So you can see I want it along here where it says our volunteers and then my 4 nonprofits, okay? But I want it towards the end. So I'm going to give it a high number just to make sure it's at the end, okay? And now I'm going to save my menu item. And it is successfully saved. What you'll see here is it's going to update the system, the site is going to update. And you can see I have my disaster tab right there. And so it went very quickly. Now, when I click on it, it should take me there. And also, you could create, so maybe you wanted to create some items underneath. You certainly could, right? So you could come back in here. You could add another tab, right? Another menu item, actually not a tab, but a menu item. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to name it media information, right? And I may already have one on this right here. So I've already had my page, and I could say, I don't want this one at the root level. I now want this underneath my disaster page, okay? And I want it to be the first one. And so you can continue to add items along there. And it's very quick. So now again, it will update, and you can see I have that information. Now maybe you don't want to have this going on the whole time, right? Maybe you just want to be able to turn it on and off. Well, you can do that. Even though that you've created that, you have the ability to click back on the menu items, and we'll come down here. And if I click on, click on disaster, I can now show my advanced settings, and I can make it unenabled. Okay, and then I just save that, and then it should pull it off of my page. But yet would still be available for you to come in very quickly and to turn it right back on, okay? So I am going to turn it over at this point to Melissa to talk about some new information that she wants to share with you.
And just quickly, because I know we're running short on time here, thank you so much, Jenny. I hope you all are as excited about the new content management system that is included with HandsOn Connect 3.0 as we all are. New improvements, new information coming out every day, and so we have some new templates available when you migrate to 3.0. Jenny, if you'd like to click the next slide, just to kind of give you a little bit of a preview of some of the layout. We've all been looking for something new and different and fresh, and so these are available now to choose from. And we are migrating our current customers from 2.0 at your request to 3.0 in waves. So we have some spots available in February is the next wave. There may be one spot left in January. We have new folks who are migrating over right now during the month of December. So if you would like to reserve your spot in the next wave, then we will waive any additional fees for those new templates for you. So be sure to just email me at melissa@handsonconnect.org, or you can put a ticket in Zendesk, and Jenny will coordinate that, and we will get you all signed up for whatever wave you would like to be included in for migrating to 3.0. So we'll be doing that over the course of the next year, but we do have limited spots each month. And so based on what events you've got coming up, and it will take a little bit of time. Obviously, the CMS is going to be a lot easier, but we want to make sure that you are successful with migrating to the new HandsOn Connect 3.0. So be sure to let us know anytime soon. Thank you, Jenny.
You're welcome. And also, be sure to join HandsOn Connect Cloud Solutions this afternoon and every Thursday for our weekly demo. And through December, we'll be offering universities focused on a more detailed look. So please, detailed look. As you can see, we just covered some of the CMS, but please join us on this coming Thursday on December 22nd. You can register using the link down below. It's handsonconnect.org/webinars. Also, if you want to share this training with your teammates or take a look at our past trainings, be sure to check out our website. And again, you'll see that same website there. You can also view past websites or past webinars. So please feel free to share those. And if you want more or have any questions, you can reach out to sales at HandsOn Connect, or as you heard Melissa tell you earlier, her email address is melissa@handsonconnect.org. And we thank you for your time today, and we hope that you have a wonderful day. Take care.